Bart Baggett, author of The Success Secrets of the Rich and Happy. In today's short video, I'm going to talk about the roadblocks to success, which means, do you have any of those traits that are self-sabotage? No matter how smart you are, how many things you have in your life, you're going to mess it up? Stay tuned. You're going to find out. Welcome, Bart Baggett here, author of Success Secrets of the Rich and Happy. Now, today's topic is self-sabotage and roadblocks to success. And what that means is, no matter how powerful and smart and intelligent and much that you plan, are there personality traits that just ruin it? Are there personality traits that ruin the deal? Are there personality traits that self-sabotage your relationships, your job, your money? Well, we have them, and they're actually shown in your handwriting. So there's only about 3 chapters here, but it talks about scientific handwriting analysis, and I absolutely love this science because through somebody's unconscious mind, it projects onto paper, especially cursive writing, so many personality traits. Now, I'm not trying to make you a handwriting expert in these chapters, but I did do 2 important chapters. Success Secrets, which means these powerful personality traits like leadership and determination and, good self-esteem, enthusiasm, but also what are the roadblocks? And the roadblocks are important because if you don't reprogram your unconscious mind and handle that imprinting from childhood, if you have any of these things, they will continue to reach up and bite you. So here's a short metaphor. Let's say that you've got like a race, a little road rally race, and you're racing through the desert, like in the Baja, California, right? You've got 2 cars, equal cars, but then you start like making a bigger engine, better tires. Those are all sort of the success secrets. Those are things that can improve your life, like determination and persistence and high self-esteem, and all those things add to it. But if you have a lot of weight, let's say you've got a bunch of weights and you've got a flat tire and you've got like a co-pilot that keeps touching your steering wheel, like all these things make it very hard to win that race, all things being equal. Then as you're driving, you keep being rerouted. The roads are closed, the road construction. Like it just seems like no matter what you do, you can't finish the race. Well, that simple metaphor applies to your personality, to your character, because you have unconscious programs running it from you from age 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have unconscious programs like resentment, anger, the life isn't fair. You've got, not you personally, maybe you don't have any of them, but people do. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you some of these, and then I'm not going to go through the whole chapter because I want you to look at the graphics. A lot of cool graphics in this section. But things like fear of failure. So some people don't take action because they might fail. Well, why would I go to an audition? They're never going to pick me. Well, guess what? They might. But if you never believe they're going to pick you, you wouldn't even go. Okay, so low self-esteem is the same thing. People actually had a conversation yesterday, and she was like, "Wow, is it really bad that I have a really big ego?" And I'm like, no, it's actually a really good trait because ego means that I'm important, I hold space, and people with a very little ego get walked all over. You don't even notice them at a party. So there are different versions of good and bad based on personality traits, but these traits here I consider roadblocks, and you might want to consider changing them. And yes, you can change. You can change your unconscious mind. You can change your self-image. You can change your ego. You can change your sensitivity to criticism. There actually is a way out. You don't have to live with the same programming you did since age 6. So fear of success, you sabotage things. By the way, that trait, isolated, one trait in handwriting, this is the only place you can find it. All the handwriting books got it wrong. This is really interesting. You got to check out the why. Fear of criticism, love that trait. So important to eliminate that. It's one of the first ones I eliminated when I started doing this when I was age 14. I'm no longer as sensitive to criticism as I once was, which means if you put really crappy comments on this video, it'll hurt for about 1 second. And I'll be like, I'm over it. Who's that guy? But you know what? Some people, they can't handle it. But by the way, don't put anything bad out. Go ahead, put something good if you want. Self-castigation, self-punishment, guilt, living in the past, lack of integrity, honesty, which means that if you have lying, if you have an inability to tell the truth, that's going to sabotage your relationships and your business dealings. And finally, resentment and anger. I love this chapter because there's actually a sample of a serial killer in that book. Talks about his mindset and the one trait that differentiates a serial killer from a murderer, from an evil or good person. Literally, there's a sample of his handwriting, and you'll get to see like what does resentment look like, because that is one trait that will absolutely ruin any relationship. any business relationship, it is terrible. It's like taking a bucket of crystal clear water and just pouring black paint. You could just never get back to white. So even a good person in a relationship with someone with resentment, it all gets gray. So those are fundamentally the sabotaging traits, the roadblocks to success. If you have any of those in your personality, in your character, good news is you can change them. You may need some help. And if someone you're dating or in a relationship with has them, it's difficult. Just know it may not all be your fault. If they have these traits, things are going to go wonky. Bart Baggett, Success Secrets of Rich and Happy. Please subscribe to this channel. Share this video with friends that you know. Pick up a copy of the book if you don't own it, and catch you on the next video. Thanks.